What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast episode of RJ and Austin's Mindset Soapbox. Austin doesn't
Don't
like
you
that name.
dare.
I
Nope, we're
love
not
it.
doing it.
I love
No,
it.
no.
Mindset banter, whatever it is. We haven't figured out the name yet, but welcome back to another podcast episode. Basically, this is the first episode that we're going to release. So we had to go back. We listened to the old podcast and we figured the first one wasn't compelling enough for you guys to listen to us. Why should you listen to us? So this podcast is going to be all about our journey through entrepreneurship, our journey through real estate, our journey through reprogramming our minds. So even though we can't agree on a name, this podcast, the topics of the podcast, we can agree on. And basically, that's how you need to shift your mental focus. You need to reprogram your mind when trying to achieve or accomplish goals, regardless of what your path is: real estate, sports, business, finance, whatever it is, schooling, education. You really need to reprogram your mind, get rid of limiting beliefs, etc. So before I go down that rabbit hole, I just want to say, Austin, what's up? What's going on this week? How you been?
What's going on, man? I'm trying to think if we've recorded a few different episodes, and if I talk about what's going on now, that's going to ruin the future episodes. So let me just say everything's good. Yeah, we're recording this on a Friday, so gonna work a little bit over this weekend, and then hopefully get out on the boat a little bit and just take it easy, man. But it's a good day over here in sunny South Florida. How about you? What's going on?
Not much. Our flip's going really well. We purchased a flip January 14th, got plans, permits done in 5 days, started work within 5 business days. It was pretty amazing. So everything over there is going really well. We overshot the budget on a couple things, but really excited at the progress, trying to get it on the market by May. So for all you guys tuning in, Austin's in Florida. I am in Chicago. And it is February 11th today. So, again, we recorded some other podcasts. We're coming back because we thought the first podcast was shit and we want you guys to listen in. So, today's topic is about who we are, why you guys should listen to us or not listen to us, whatever you guys want to decide. And I'm going to let Austin go first by talking about his real estate journey, his journey into changing his mindset, whether that started at real estate or not. But we want to hear a little bit about you, Austin.
Yeah, man. Definitely want to go ahead and dive into that real quick. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a background, how I started to invest in real estate, how I found real estate, and why I ended up doing real estate. So pretty much happened with me is that graduated college, got a decent job, and right before I was about to start that job, I was just listening to all these different podcasts. I was pretty young, trying to get out of the college mindset of just like partying, having a good time, and wanted to really better myself, for myself and my family down the way. So I started listening to these podcasts. 3 different ones I was listening to. One was focused around real estate. One was focused around entrepreneurship, and another one was focused around just business as a whole. So really dove deep into those, and then started my first job out of college. Was working in the wealth management, financial services sector, and I remember I was only it's only 2 months into the job, and I already was looking for a way out. Right? I was.
How old were you? How
Oh
old
man,
were you?
I was. How old was I? I'm trying to remember. I think
And
I
how
was.
old are you now?
So I was 22. Now, now I'm 26. Okay, so I guess 4 years ago, and so I'm walking to work. I'm in Chicago. I'm walking to work, and as I'm walking from the subway to the Loop, which is the downtown area where I worked, I was looking around at like everybody just doing the same thing as me. And there's people my age, people that are 60, people that are 40. And I just realized I'm doing this now. I could be doing this in 20 years, I could be doing this in 40 years, and then I could be dead. So I got to figure out what the heck I'm going to do to get out of this situation. So then started brainstorming ideas. I can create the next best thing, create this service, all this other stuff. And um, a few months goes by, and now I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to study for my CFA. I'm going to get my CFA, pass level 1, pass level 2, pass level 3, and then progress in this corporate world. So I found this guy. It was good information, good knowledge. But then it just clicked one day while I'm studying for my CFA. Why am I doing this? Like, why don't I just do real estate? I don't have to recreate the will. It's already there. I can follow a blueprint, and this will get me out there way quicker than doing the CFA, creating something new. And then from there, I was like off to the races. So how that looked is I was working my W-2 job for a few months, and then I just completely dove into real estate. So I was like studying podcasts, reading forums, like 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day, finding all the different meetups around town. And I was going to every single one that I could find. And I didn't have a car at the time, and some was like somewhere over in Jefferson Park, which is like an hour train ride from where I was in Chicago. So I was doing that. Went to, I think it was my first meetup. That's where I met RJ, and RJ was hosting a meetup in Chicago, and like he knew what he was doing. So I reached out to him. I was like, "Hey man, I'm looking for a house." He was just like, "All right, I do my meetings early in the morning, like at 6 a.m. in the south side of Chicago." So I was a little scared to go down there. I'm not gonna lie, but glad I did. I
Is that really where we met? Did I
Yeah,
make you go
man.
to that Starbucks?
Yeah, he
It's
met me.
Starbucks by ITT.
Yeah, exactly. You made me go
Ah,
there.
that's hilarious.
I'm just like, well, this can't be that bad. They have a Starbucks down here. So yeah,
That's
so
how
so
you know. That's how you know you made it.
exactly, man. Exactly. So we met, started looking at houses, found a house, closed on that house. It was a two flat, which is known as a duplex across the whole rest of the world. In Chicago, call them two flats. Um, Closed on that property, converted it to a 3 unit, I guess you could say.
I'm
Or
hold on. I'm gonna do this for our listeners. You're probably gonna hate me for this. So let's summarize everything that you have now instead of drawing out the journey of how you got there. So
Mhm.
where are you at now?
Now, so I moved back to Florida. Now I'm buying vacation rental properties, so Airbnb, Verbo, things like that.
And you've done quite a few deals since we met. What was that, 4 years ago?
Yeah, man, about 4 years ago, I want to say.
Holy crap. His first duplex he bought's doing really well. We've been over there, done some work for him. It's amazing. Well, all right. So you're in VBRO vacation rentals. What else you got going? You got a boat. You're in boat charter. What
Yeah,
else you
man.
looking for? What else you gonna do?
Yeah, man. I think. So let me just circle back um, to what's going on, and then I'll tie it all together. So yeah, so closed on that property, rehabbed it, everything was good. COVID hit, moved back to Florida. That's when I was looking to buy multifamily buildings on there again. Realized that didn't work, so then I transitioned into Airbnbs and Verbo, right? So the reason I transitioned into that is multifamily didn't yield the same returns as Chicago. Um, so it wasn't going to work for me. So I had to figure out the best thing that worked for South Florida, where I was at. That turned out to be Airbnb and Verbo. So jumped into that, bought a few different properties in West Palm Beach, Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale, and North Carolina. And now, so that's going very well. Bringing in-house property management, in-house cleaners as we speak. And also, what the future looks like going forward is I'm going to buy a boutique hotel within probably the next 12 months. So that's the plan in the long run. Just a quick, short vision of where I am, what I'm doing, and yeah. So I want to hear from you, RJ.
Uh,
What do you think about
well,
that?
how many partners do you have?
I have one.
Can I be
Yeah.
one?
No, man.
I want to
You
be.
already,
Come on, man. Come
dude, you
on.
already got plenty of apartment buildings.
All right. Well, I mean, it's not that huge, but the journey is a little crazy. So thanks for sharing that. That's awesome. And as we go through the podcast episodes, you're going to learn about a lot of the mental limitations that we've put on ourselves, a lot of the areas in our life that we had to reprogram and change our mental thinking to be able to get out of the negative mindset and grow portfolios, grow who we are as people, right? So it's really difficult to be Austin, 22 years old, and say, hey, I want something different. I don't want to be in this rat race. And how do I do that? I got to change my mental mindset. So a lot of what Austin was saying there, it was the journey that it took him to get to where he is today. I started listening to podcasts. I knew I needed to change my life, XYZ, right? Point A to point B. Now he's here. He's got vacation rentals. He's got a partner. He's doing in-house cleaning. It's gonna be awesome. He's gonna buy a boutique hotel, which I want to partner with him on. I'm just joking, but it's pretty amazing. You know, he's 26 years old. He's got a boat. He hangs out. He's self-employed, so it's just something for you guys to take note of. So, anything else, Austin?
Yeah,
Before I jump on,
I really just want to hear your journey now.
are you
Um,
sure? I'm gonna jump on my
yeah,
jump
I'm
on my
gonna,
soapbox, bro.
yeah, man.
I'm
I feel like
about to jump on it.
I just spilled my whole beans, man. So now everybody knows my whole life story. So now you got to share
Well,
it too.
actually, we don't, but here we go. Ready? I was born on 1980. I'm just fucking around. So I'm gonna do this different. I'm gonna summarize who I am, where I'm at now, and talk to you about how I got into the journey. So currently, I own. I'm the founder and owner of my own construction company. I've been operating about 3 years. EJC Partners, right there. Um, my wife and I run our managing partners in about 4 different businesses. Austin and I started this podcast. We have 86 units, 2 in syndications. We have 33 in contract. Uh, we're looking for another owner occupy. So the 86 units are across about 12 different properties. And we only started about 4 years ago, about when Austin did. That's why I don't think I met you 4 years ago, because we started our real estate journey about August 2017.
Maybe it was
So
three.
in the meantime, Nikki and I also host the Chicago Multifamily Meetup Club, over 3,000 members. It's based in Chicago, but it's now a national meetup group because people from all over are joining. It's pretty amazing. See that growth. So let me tell you a little bit how I got into the journey. I was exactly like Austin. I was a shithead. Well, all right.
Thanks,
I
man.
don't mean to call you a shithead. I personally was a shithead. I was a troublemaker in high school, had no direction, no real peers to direct me. I didn't go to college right away, got into a bunch of trouble, was working dead end jobs. One of my favorites being Denny's. It wasn't so much a dead end job as a means to an end. I ended up going to college in 2005. My friends actually bet on how long I would last because I used to start things and end things. So went to college 4 years late. My friends were betting whether or not I'd make it. I ended up getting a master's degree in accounting. Out of accounting, I've always been real estate focused. So high school interior design classes, out of high school real estate brokers exams. Uh, then went into college accounting. when I got out of college, I did an internship with the Resnick Group, which is now Crone Resnick, which is a top 10 or top 13 accounting firm. Then I, work for Jones Lang LaSalle, which is the second largest real estate services firm in the world. I got a job offer with CBRE. It wasn't better. So didn't want to pick up my life and move to Philadelphia. So I stayed here. Hated what I was doing as a commercial real estate accountant. Moved into sales because I was big bartending manager in college. Loved seeing people, working with people. So I got in sales, hated sales life because I hated being a robot, being fixed, trying to sell people into a product I did not like. But I met my wife at Career Builder, and she is really the reason that I changed my mindset, my journey. We were sitting around the couch. We were dating, I think, 4 months. And she said, "Hey, I see this going somewhere. Where do you see it going? Where do you want to be in 5 years?" I said, "I don't know. Like, I like it too. This." And she goes, "Nope, no, 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 no. If I'm going to be with you, we have to build a future. So tell me, what are your future goals and plans, and where are your passion?" I said, "Well, I like real estate." And she goes, "Oh, me too. I was going to buy a rental property. Here's these materials. Here's Bigger Pockets. Here's Rod Khleif. I know this broker. If this is what we're going to do, let's jump in." Super awesome plan. The execution was awful. We were a new couple, 4 months in. She moved into my condo. We bought our first property within 8 months of dating. We bought our first vehicle together within a year of dating. And I think right at a year, I proposed to her. So we didn't know if we were going to make it or not. It was really rough. We were fighting about business. We were fighting about relationship. We were fighting about all this shit. And we bought we bought the house, and we decided to continue to work towards it. Every obstacle has a solution. Every excuse has a solution. You'll hear about that in our later podcasts. And we decided to work on ourselves. The first book I read was Mindset by Carol Dweck. First book I read, but cover to cover, in like a decade, and it changed my mindset. From there, podcast, Bigger Pockets, educational. I switched my life from spending $1,000 at the bar every weekend to telling my friends I can't go out, working on the house. And then 7 months in, well, not 7 months in, November 2017, I quit my corporate job and I worked on our first owner occupy for about 7 months. From there, long ass journey to get to where I am. Got another corporate job, essentially quit my corporate job February 28th of 2020 because my construction company was going so well. Haven't looked back since. So I've been self-employed now for, I don't know, a year and a half, something like that. And construction company is huge. It's our revenue is huge. I'm on about 7 different jobs now. And just so you guys know, we did all this with spending $0 on any educational materials, maybe a book or two here or there. I obviously bought Mindset. A lot of the books that I read were gifted or had been sitting with dust on my shelf. So just so you know, we built this 85 unit portfolio in 4 years, spending $0 on any mentors, any gurus, any things like that, just by attending and starting a local meetup. So I'm going to get off my mindset soapbox, Austin, and I'm going to let you. Ask me questions or redirect me. Where am I at?
Yeah, man. I think the biggest thing I want to dive into, and I didn't even know it about yourself, probably should have known this, was that you knew Nikki for 4 months, and then
Yeah.
she moved into your place, and then you guys just started investing in real estate, and then you got a car together too. So that takes some guts, man. I don't know if I could do that. So props to you. and it's obviously worked out. You guys are doing great. You guys have, I don't know how many units now. Things are thriving. New kid
86.
just got here. Um, and yeah, you guys are doing great. So I guess RJ, I mean, what is the biggest mindset challenge that you face through that whole journey, the past 4 years when you first started investing? What was the scariest thing that you faced that you had to overcome from the time that you started to where you are now?
100%, 1000%. Over and over again, it's negative self talk, 100%. And I guarantee you that no matter who you are, no matter what level you're at, there's going to be negative self talk. What I mean by that, it's not as cut and dry. It could be as simple as saying, "Hey, I'm not an organized person." Well, that's negative self talk. You just choose not to be organized. You could change that. A big one with Nikki and I was, I don't think this is going to work. Like anytime we get in a fight, it'd be like, she's not for me or something like that. When in reality, we're two different human beings. We got to work towards a common goal. We got to change in just the way that we think, meaning that you just got to reprogram your mind, understand that this person's not going to think like you 100%, and that it's a communication barrier. Oftentimes, it's a communication barrier between you and your loved one. When it comes to other people, there's some pieces of shit out there in the world. So I don't always think that's a communication barrier. But yeah, that's one thing in this podcast. I'm going to swear a lot. I tone it back a lot. I probably won't drop many F bombs, but you're going to hear ass shit and probably bitch a lot.
Well, fuck. You drop some fucks in that.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I probably won't drop that many F bombs, but
Okay.
typically in my normal day speak, yeah, I do drop a lot of F bombs.
Okay. I'll drop the F bomb for you. You can cover the rest. How's that sound?
F&A, Cotton. F&A.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Pretty
but,
good.
So Austin, on top of that, so she moved in officially in 4 months, but I think she was at my house every single day, single day for a long time. And then finally I was like, you want to pay rent?
Yeah. You're trying to cut your expenses, man. Dude, house hack.
No, it's hilarious. It was house hacking because I had a $300,000 condo in South Loop, downtown Chicago. It was amazing. You could see it's a couple blocks from the Sears Tower, or like 5-minute walk to Millennial Park. And my first was a house hack. I literally bought this condo. My buddy and I were renting. I didn't even know it was house hack. My buddy and I were renting. I said, "Hey, bro, I'm done renting. If I buy a place, will you be my roommate?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, fuck yeah." So I bought my condo. He eventually ended up moving out. Nikki ended up moving in. And then I VBRO'd the bitch. It was wild, like all accidental, because then my friend from Colorado used to come in to do project management in Chicago. And she's like, "Hey, do you have a place I could stay, or can I stay at your house every now and then?" I was like, "Fuck yeah." She's like, "My company pays for my stay. So how about I just give you the money rather than some random B&B, and I could feel comfortable at your house?" And I was like, "Yes, absolutely." So I had my friend renting out. It was a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,200 square foot condo in Printers Row. I had my friend renting out the second bedroom, and I had Nikki living in my bedroom. Nikki paid half of my portion of the rent, and my friend would stay enough nights that she paid the other half portion of the rent. So, oftentimes I was paying like $300 to $500 for this.
Nice.
Super nice asset downtown Chicago, which unfortunately I had to sell because Nikki's of that. She's of the business mindset. When we moved into our owner occupy 3 flat in Bronzeville, around where I made Austin come get coffee, She said we can't really make money like we were doing on that, and there was some rent caps. We could talk about rent caps later, but I basically essentially couldn't really rent it out. She said, get rid of it. I dream about that condo every day.
Dude, that was like the Scarface park condo back in the day, man. There's some good memories in there.
How do you know? How do you know? No, yeah, no, for real. We used to go to Lollapalooza all the time. Lala was literally out my front door. So I'd like bring everybody back and we'd be at Lala walking out with my speakers on and be like, who wants to come over? The floors, it used to be an old manufacturing buildings. So the floors were like 3, 4, 5, feet thick of concrete. You could jump up and down, scream. The upstairs neighbors and downstairs neighbors wouldn't hear shit. I blasted music with the sub on the floor at 3, 4 in the morning. My neighbors downstairs said they didn't hear anything.
That's incredible, man. One day you get another one of those, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this is good. I think we were able to explain our journey and who we are, and I think everybody should have a pretty good understanding of how we got started and where we are today in our journey. So one thing I forgot to mention that you mentioned, so RJ left his job back in February of 2020 to pursue his construction company and pursue real estate full time on. So that took a lot of guts on his end, and he's doing really well now. And then myself, I left my job at the beginning of December 2021, so a little over 2 months now. And I've just been investing full time in real estate in the vacation rental market and defining and getting our systems and everything in place and making sure everything's as efficient as possible. So that's where we are today, you guys. And RJ, you want to go ahead and wrap this up and tell the listeners what to expect?
So thank you everybody for tuning in. Really excited to have you here. Please like, subscribe, send us any feedback, suggestions, content that you'd like to hear about. Basically, this is going to be a quick hit episode released every single week where we banter for about 15, 20 minutes. So maybe it's mindset banter. I don't know. Do you like that? Who knows? But you'll find out about our mindset banter, and it has to do with everything. It has to do with daily life, how to overcome obstacles, how to change and reprogram your thinking. We're going to have guests on, but we're going to have guests on a bunch, and Austin and I are basically going to shoot the shit with you every single week, topics that come top of mind. So really excited to have you guys here again. Like, subscribe, follow.